Twilight spread across the landscape at Sagamore Hill National Historic Site in Oyster Bay, New York, as I walked up a long pathway to visit the home of America's 26th president. I had reached the end of my 6-year term as a trustee of the National Park Foundation amidst a spirited nationwide centennial celebration for the National Park Service.
So get up, get out there, and find your park.
It was a thrill for me to conclude my board term in this historic location surrounded by reminders of the epic life and accomplishments of Teddy Roosevelt. In his 2 terms as president, Roosevelt protected more than 230 million acres, and he championed legislation to safeguard wilderness areas, historic structures, and cultural landmarks.
Down in New Orleans, Jackson Square, near Bourbon Street, well, there's a national park, historical, and it's quite unique.
Colonel, can I ask you what the greatest day of your life was?
My crowded hour was in Cuba, after which I rose like a rocket to serve the people as Governor of New York, Vice President of the United States, and finally, humbly, I hope, as President of the United States. Boom.
His legacy as a progressive and action-oriented leader in conservation, foreign affairs, and other realms has been an inspiration globally over the past century. I felt that sense of inspiration and greatness as I walked through his home and museum exhibits. One Roosevelt quotation on display that evening was very relevant to our gathering. "We have fallen heirs to the most glorious heritage a people ever received, and each one must do his part if we wish to show that the nation is worthy of its good fortune." At this final event of my term as a director of the National Park Foundation, I was honored to be inducted with several colleagues into the Teddy Roosevelt Society. The society was created to recognize extraordinary commitment to preserving our national heritage. We took the opportunity of the award event to consider some important achievements at this historic time. The foundation was conducting a highly successful centennial campaign with significant fundraising to benefit a wide variety of needs in the future. A number of new monuments and parks had been established, including 2 important marine protected areas in just the past 2 weeks. Billions of media impressions had increased awareness of parks among younger audiences. I had launched a collaboration to expand the presence of science in and for parks. As Teddy Roosevelt urged, many were doing their part to show gratitude for our good fortune to benefit future generations. A popular Roosevelt speech, delivered in 1910 and known as Man in the Arena, includes this excerpt. "It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena."
His face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes up short again and again, because there is no effort without error or shortcoming, but who knows the great devotions, the great enthusiasm, who spends herself in a worthy cause, who in the end, at the best, knows the triumph of high achievement, who at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly, that his name shall never be with those cold, timid souls, who know neither victory nor defeat. Bully!